everybody, we're back with another unboxing. Well, I guess in this case it'd be an unbagging. It's the ASL Tarot. I'm very excited about this. It's a Kickstarter project that I backed some time ago, and it finally came in the mail. Yay! So, if you don't mind the jets roaring overhead, let's get started. Sure, that works. Interestingly enough, it came with the tier that I backed included a lot of different swag. So let's start with the deck itself. It came in this gorgeous velvet bag, drawstring bag, and it's just obviously it's still in the wrapper. I haven't really pulled anything out of it yet because I wanted to do this live and in person. Well, relatively live and in person. I love this kind of saffron edging that the deck has. Look at how gorgeous this is. I love the vibrant colors of it. Now my hands are kind of small, as you can tell. And this is a thick with 28 C's deck, but I mean, look at how thick that cardstock is. It's awesome. Here is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is like a very, very thick cardstock, which I appreciate as somebody who flops them quite a fair bit. It's very stiff, but there's some bend to it. Let me see here. Here is essentially the Pentacles as I had mentioned. So let's start with that. Okay. So with the Pentacles, I mean, like I said, the colors are just so vibrant and contrasting. Like, it's really nice visually. And so what I was really interested in with this deck as a concept is just the fact that American Sign Language is a kinetic language. It moves. Yeah, it's a very it moves. It's a kinetic language where as this particular medium, I was very curious as to how it would translate. And so I backed it. There's the sign for King. Queen, you can see her hand shape down here, which is awesome. There's a K again for Knight. P for Page. I mean, I think these are really, really cool. I do find it interesting that so far the imagery it's a little bit different than your standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Like, for instance, this is the 10 of Pentacles, but there's visually only 4 Pentacles that you see on the card, or 5, 6. I don't know, can you see that? There you go. So 5, 6. However, you see a hand doing a thumbs up, which is in American Sign Language represents the number 10. So I'm super curious as to how this plays out. So 9 of Pentacles, your hand shape of 9, hand shape of 8, etc., etc. As you can see, there are definitely images and influences that it's pulled from the traditional RWS deck. I wonder if this is a motif that continues through the rest of the suits. So let's see here. So you got, here's your Ace, your King. Okay, so Queen, hand shape again. The Knight, you see his hand shape is in his like left hand. Your Page. So interesting. So like the 10 of Swords here, you have the person being stabbed, well, that is at rest or being stabbed by 10 swords, but if you look closely, he's still given the sign for 10 of Swords. Okay, so I do see, I think this is very fascinating. I cannot wait to give this a try. Look at that. So hand shapes being the indicator. Oops, these are upside down. Hand shapes being the big indicator for the minor arcana. It's kind of just okay. Wands. There's got to be cups in here. Am I missing cups? Did I not see cups? Pentacles, swords. So this is the wands. Again, you know, the imagery is pulled from Rider-Waite-Smith, and I love the colors. You know, for somebody who may be visually impaired, where they don't see subtle nuances of colors as easily as others, then, you know, this deck definitely will help. Ah, okay. Hi, Cups. Why are you hiding in the back? Let's go through Cups and Chalices before we get to the major arcana. So, you know, it's, wow, I can't get over these colors and how, oh, look at that. Very interesting. Very interesting. I love this black border that's around the edge of the cards. The only trouble I would see so far is simply my cardstock being so thick I'm not able to shuffle it as easily, but you know, there's always ways around it. The Fool, interesting. I wonder what the sign for the Fool is. I'm gonna have to Google that later, but you see he's making the F hand shape over here. This Fool has 3 arms. Wait a second, that's different. The Magician, I love, see, some of these cards have movement in them like the Magician does, and this is what drew me into backing this deck in the first place, is because there were a couple of images up. Actually, I believe the entire deck was up, and I was fascinated by the movement of some of the cards, like the Empress here. The Emperor, well, the Emperor not so much. The Hierophant, the Lover's card. So love person, hand shapes to indicate the lovers. And if you look closely at these 2 figures at the bottom, they're making the hand sign for I love you. For those who don't know, whoops, if I can hand, I love, L for love, Y for you. It's a fun little thing. The Chariot, Strength. Ooh, that's a beautiful Strength card. The Hermit. Oh, this is gorgeous. Again, I love the colors. I love the imagery. I love the motifs. The thick versus thin line art contrast is something I think is done very well with this deck. You're okay. There's some home improvement projects that are happening right now, so don't mind the noise. City life, am I right? The Hanged Man, like, ooh, this is a beautiful death card. You can see the movement in the skeleton as it signs death or dead. Again, Temperate. So like I find this fascinating because the major arcana has a lot of movement, in it with the facial expressions as well, which is a component to sign language. If I recall my sign language lessons from high school and college. Shout out, hi Miss Nakaji. The Star. And I really love how, I keep saying this, like the majors, and I'm just noticing this as I'm going through this with you, the majors have a lot of movement, whereas the minors don't. And the minors are, that's the world. I love this world. And I love that this world is blank and gives it so much, like, it represents so many opportunities to fill this world with, because the world is yours. Between the majors and the minors, I love the artwork for it, but with the minors, it would have been interesting to see a little bit of a variance from the 1 through 10 hand shapes. But I also understand and see that adding that kind of movement to the minor arcana would result in a distraction from the rest of the card itself. So I do like the design that they have here. By they, I mean, wow, Dylan Panarra. I hope I pronounced that right. So as I said, I backed this on Kickstarter, and of course it came with a whole bunch of, shoot, the word escapes me, but bonuses, I guess, including that bag, this beautiful velvet bag that you saw earlier, this book-like box, which just, it tickles me so much. I love these kinds of boxes. A little white book for your guide, and this gorgeous, beautiful altar cloth that came with it, a reading cloth that has the hand sign for I love you all over it. I love that. I love that a lot. It's black and it's gold and it's very, very much a part of my gothy little heart. Yeah, so shout out to Dylan. This is a fantastic deck. I love it. I hope to see it get picked up and mass produced, because I think it adds a wonderful representation to, you know, the tarot community with just the artistry that's in it. And that's my unboxing of the ASL Tarot. I'm gonna give it a spin and give myself a reading, let it introduce itself to me, and I'll catch you guys next time. Wait, did I show? I think I mentioned this. I love that the sides and the top are kind of a saffron yellow. I think it's supposed to be gold, but you know what? I kind of love the saffron yellow color. Sorry for those who wanted gold. And the back looks so cool, that these like practically alien looking hands that are sending you lots of love from whatever dimension they're from. All right, well, that's it. That's the end of my unboxing for the ASL Tarot, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.